How have you almost died? Lymphoma. I just thought it was my turn to be skinny. Due to a broken bone, I was prescribed morphine. I took it as prescribed. And one afternoon, I took my pill and laid down to take a nap. The morphine caused me to sleep very deeply. And I aspirated in my sleep. I stopped breathing. Thankfully, my sister happened to just stop by to check on me that afternoon. She found me not breathing and unresponsive. She called 911, performed CPR and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I woke up hours later in the ICU with some chest pain. And I was very groggy. I was very confused when I woke up. Just thought it was a dream. Thanks, sis, for saving my life. So, I was a kid sunbathing in my yard. My mom's room window was on the second floor right above me. My little sister was playing around in her room for some reason. I decided I was done sunbathing. The second I got up and walked away from my spot, the in-window air conditioner unit landed on the ground right where my head was. Kayak capsized out in the ocean and dumbass me didn't have a life jacket. Tide was going out. Tread water for 3 hours and by some miracle a random jet skier found me. Stage 4 cancer at age 30. They had to cut a whole bunch of bits out of me and 3 months of chemo. But cancer-free 13 years and counting. Cutting wood and the saw blade got loose. Flew under my armpit. MRSA infection. Had fever and night sweats for weeks before doctors found what was wrong. Took 3 months to recover. Adding, wow, MRSA seems like an extremely common illness. There ought to be more PSAs on the subject. Face with diagonal mouth. Allergic reaction to a peach smiling face with tear. I was in Vienna and was trying to cross a wide street. I looked left and it was clear. I looked right and there were a lot of cars, so I sat with my head out looking right, waiting for them to clear. I heard what sounded like a bicycle bell coming from my right but ignored it because it sounded like a bicycle bell. The bicycle bell continued to ring and get closer, but I was still watching for traffic on the right. Suddenly, a large streetcar passed less than an inch, a few centimeters, from my face. I felt the wind of it passing slap me. I don't know why they didn't have a more aggressive sounding horn on it. But it was damn close to braining me. My brother turned to me and said, "Whoa bro, you almost just died." I was pretty shocked by how close I had come to dying, so we went to a bar because I needed a drink to get over the fact that I was an inch away from death. Incompetent surgeon perforated my colon and put my insides back together wrong. New surgeon saved me, but I was in 5.5-week coma, nearly 2-year recovery, permanent damage, ongoing conditions. Glad to be alive, angry to have chronic pain, and US drug laws are insane. Edit, update. Yes, we looked at a lawsuit. You know things are real when the law firm pays their medical experts to review your records. The records did not match what my husband had been told while I was in the coma. Basically, gastric bypass full incision, 2003. When I didn't wake up, first surgeon said I was medicated, then realized a problem, and went poking around to try to find it. My husband asked caseworker, "How do I fire this guy?" The case boiled down to he said. Lawyers said yes, we had a case, but it wasn't slam dunk. We could probably win, but we could lose. And if we lost, we would lose everything, house, savings, everything. This was while I still didn't know if I could ever recover. We had a 4-year-old son and my husband's 17-year-old daughter. We ultimately decided to let the universe handle it, and concentrate our efforts on my recovery. We'd have had a better case if I'd died. I know the second surgeon had an effect on the first, because the second was the head of surgery at the hospital. I don't know whether the first was ever fired or simply changed hospitals. Though I am much better than we thought I would be. I can walk, eat normally, drive. I cried when I realized I could drive safely. I could go to the doctors by myself. I could get groceries and putter in the garden. The new normal is reasonable. So, when I am at Walmart at Christmas, and the lines are 20 people deep and every kid is screaming and I am about to lose my mind, I tell myself, remember, this is what you prayed for. This is normal life. Working in steel. Cutting samples off the end of the mill line while the line was running. Standard operating procedure. Each bar coming off the line is around 240 feet long. Red hot. Makes for easier cutting with a torch cutter. And exits at several mph. The slide brake to slow down the exiting bars didn't re-engage after the bar I was about to cut stopped. I noticed it almost too late and jumped back as quickly as I could. As soon as I did, the next bar came flying down the mill line, and with no functioning slide brake, launched itself out of the line to where I was originally standing. It came so close to hitting me that it melted some of the button on my shirt. No surviving a hit like that. When I was little, I underestimated the strength of a wave pool at a hotel. I went to the deep end where the waves are first formed and I was on a little pool donut. I was maybe 67? I remember I got turned around by accident and a wave hit me from behind and I immediately got sucked down into the water. I thought I was a good swimmer then but was so wrong. Had it not been for my dad watching me I probably would have drowned as the lifeguard didn't even notice me get swept underneath. In college I once took a sleeping pill and started to choke on it. I then started laughing as I was choking because of the idea of my death being caused by a sleeping pill felt like peak irony. Suicide IED Afghanistan 2021. Rip Tide in Fort Lauderdale. Started swimming back in after body surfing. Started realizing I was actually further away from shore than when I started swimming in. Started doggy paddling. I was so tired and for a brief second I actually thought I was going to die. Then I remembered about swimming parallel and looking for the break in the waves. Got thrown by a horse directly into a barbed wire fence. Had I landed on my head or the wire caught my neck I'd be toast. Thankfully my legs went into the wire and I walked away with the wind knocked out of me and 3 pretty impressive lacerations on my legs. Still have the scars 25 years later. Almost drowned as a toddler. I got TB1'd by a logging truck on the driver's side when I was 17. It was inches away from hitting my door head on. Luckily I remembered my dad telling me if you're ever in a wreck do everything you can to get out of the way up until the point of impact. Even if it's just half a second. Knowing this, instead of freezing I slammed the gas pedal and the back driver's side door ended up taking the hit. I walked away with a sore back. But that's it. Didn't even go to the hospital. Sometimes when I am up late at night I wonder if I actually did die in that accident and my life since then has been a simulation or some weird hellish afterlife. It would explain a lot. I was electrocuted at age 9. Technically dead for several minutes. At age 22 in SF and a drunk driver jumped the curb and was heading straight for us when his tires blew and he veered and missed us by inches. Was shot at as a teenager while delivering pizza. They were trying to rob me but I wasn't responding because I had my music up and didn't notice them gesturing in the lane next to me. The bullet broke both front door windows and passed right in front of my face. I hit the gas through a red light and then tried to evade them on my way back to the pizza shop. They shot at me again from the road after I finally made it back to the parking lot. Cops never caught them.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.